Hello and welcome to the I Feel Like Roasting Show. I am your host, Kevin K. Mac McCarthy, as always. And today, just like yesterday, we're going to do something a little different. I'm writing these jokes, and as you well know, if you're one of our old subscribers, if you're one of our new subscribers, I know we're picking you up fast nowadays. It's great. Welcome, everybody. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the support I'm getting right now. And yeah, I'm writing these jokes, and you know, if you know me, I like to ramble. I like to add every piece of information, so the jokes may be like 20 minutes long. I need 5-minute bits, even more concise. For Kill Tony, I do 1 minute. But if each of these bits that I write is around the 5-minute range, whatever, that's good. You don't want to talk about, you know, your eyesight for 20 minutes on stage. That was a 20-minute video. I need that down to 5 minutes. So I'm testing out my jokes each day on here. I'm going to give you the skeleton, the exoskeleton, I believe is the correct word. You know, just the rough, really, really rough draft. And, you know, hopefully with the help of you guys and with just, I guess, my creative mind, we're going to eventually get it to 5 minutes, but I struggle with it, so I need your help. I said creative mind. I'm not that creative. I just can't make it short and concise. I like to ramble. If you happen to be a friend of mine, you know what my text message length looks like. You could probably not even see the name, and if it's, you know, more than 4 sentences, you're like, okay, Kevin's probably texting me right now. So it's just a thing, you know, I'm kind of known for. Like I said, my nervousness doesn't make me shut up, it makes me talk more, and it's... So in my comedy career now, everything needs to be more concise. So with that said, listen to this 25-minute long joke that we need to bring to 5. It's not 25 minutes, but let's try to make it. I'll probably 2-part it, so in the middle, I don't know, we'll see. Let's just see how long it is. Let's just get into it. Here's today's joke of the day on the I Feel Like Roasting channel with Kevin K. Mac McCarthy. Thanks for watching. I like to masturbate. It's something I enjoy. You know, I do it in my spare time. You know, I'm a freelance masturbator. It's kind of a recreational, fun activity that I enjoy doing to relieve some stress every now and then. But I have 3 roommates, though, and I live in a shared room. I have a roommate in my room. So there's always a lot going on in the house, and there's not much privacy, you know, and you gotta blow off some steam every now and then, so you like to dabble in the masturbatory arts. But I'm not an animal or anything here. I try to always be respectful of my roommates when I do it, and I go to our bathroom, you know, where we all shower and brush our teeth and shave and just get ready for every single day of our lives together. So that's just, I mean, the best place. I can't think of anywhere else. So we have the porcelain toilet in there, and if you have been a human on Earth, a male human, probably female too, you know the worst object in life to masturbate on is a porcelain toilet, because no matter what the temperature is of your house, you could have the heat on full blast, a fire going, I mean, that thing will still be ice cold for some reason. When you go to the bathroom, you make sure your door is locked first. You know, I like to check it at least 2 to 4 times. You know, it depends on the time frame you have till people get home. You know, they may be home just busy in their rooms, not paying attention. They may be out shopping at the mall for the next 5 hours. They may be at work. You never know. It depends. It could be an 8 hours free, then you're relaxed. You might just check the lock once. If they're in the house or something, you're checking that thing 3-4 times at least. You're making sure you are bolted in there, because you don't want that dreadful knock on the door, you know, that knock on the door to see if anyone's in there. That could come anytime. It could come before the process or during the process, and there's no harm done there, you know, that's no problem, you answer. But that knock could come when you're at the finish line of your masturbatory practice, and that is no fun for anybody. I mean, you're about to finish having a great time, you're at the finish line, you could feel it coming, you're excited, and then you hear that knock, knock, knock. Hey, who's in there? What are you doing in there? And having to answer the question, who's in there, or, what are you doing in there, that's even tougher at the time. And it's from your mom or dad. Having to answer the question of, who's in there, or what are you doing in there, from your mom and dad right when you're at climax is very tough to do. It is not as easy as it sounds. You'd be surprised how hard it is to talk, let alone form a logical answer to a question when you're about to orgasm. It's very difficult. I don't care who you are. That's not easy. I don't know if that's just, I assume that's physics or science of some sort. So you got your door locked, you get your lotion ready. Or in my case, you don't use lotion, I'm being completely honest here. I stopped using lotion in my most recent, later years in life. Not out of necessity or whatever. I mean, I wasn't going through a shortage of lotion. I just did it out of pure laziness. I mean, that was just a lot of work to do just before you're about to masturbate. I mean, I don't want to do work before I masturbate. I just want to masturbate. I mean, let's get to that part right now. Why wait? Why delay it any longer? Like, this is supposed to be a fun activity. I don't want to bring work into this. So I stopped using lotion, and then I either liked it or I just didn't mind it, or I just got used to it. It was safe. It was familiar. It's just a simple and easy thing. You get in the bathroom, you sit down, you masturbate. There's no other steps needed there. I don't want to be smelling like lilac all day, and lavender. It's just not something I enjoy. And the dry method gets the job done, it builds character. Try it, give it a chance is all I'm saying. It's not as bad as you think. It just gets the job done is all I'm saying. Sometimes I just don't really like trying new things sexually. I don't like change in that area of my life. Then you got to go through the whole figuring out what another person likes and doesn't like process, and that's just grueling. That's why I stuck with my last girlfriend for 5 years. I knew I wanted to break up with her after 2 years, but the sex was just so easy and reliable and always there, and I know what to do and not to do. You gotta go through that whole figuring out what, another person likes and doesn't like in the bedroom, and that's why I stuck with my last girlfriend for 5 years. I knew I wanted to break up with her after 2 years, but the sex was just easy and reliable. It was always there. I knew what to do, where I could and couldn't put my dick, where I could and couldn't put my hands. All these things. I don't want to go over it again with someone new. I know what and what not to do. I know what I'll get away with and what I won't. I don't have to do that whole awkward, first slap on the ass when you're in the doggy style position. Like, you do the slap and then you make that cringy face and that look over. You look to the side and you're wondering, is she gonna look back? Is she gonna yell, what the fuck? Is she gonna just quickly say, okay, don't do that? Or is she gonna like it and moan louder? You don't know the first time you have sex with someone new. You have to fucking try it out, or you're never gonna find out, and that's no fun. So, 'cause some girls like to be choked, and it's very awkward if they don't like to be choked, and you go to try it for the first time, and they don't enjoy that. That's an awkward conversation. Maybe your last girlfriend loved getting choked, it really turned her on. So you're in a groove of doing that for years. You just go to do it almost like instinct, and this girl's not into it. Now, you might have some sort of case on your hands. At the least, it's a long conversation, and it really ruins your Tuesday night. It's just tough to break that seal like in a conversation at the dinner table. Oh, honey, the chicken's delicious tonight. I love that you paired green beans with it. So do you like getting choked when we're having sex, missionary position? Or, it's just an awkward conversation to have. It's tough to bring up. You just gotta try it when you're there. So that's all you could do. Unless you're in some sort of weird relationship, all the relationships I'm in, you just gotta try it in the heat of the moment. And another example is, like with the holding the top of the girl's head during a blowjob. Like, my first girlfriend hated it so much, she thought it was demeaning to women. she wasn't a fan of it. Whatever the reason, I respected that. I stopped doing it, you know. So I got with my second girlfriend and I'm getting a blowjob and I'm not doing the hand on the top of the head thing, you know. I've stopped doing it. So I'm not doing it anymore with anyone, you know. So it's maybe like the second time I'm getting a blowjob from my girlfriend. And my girlfriend literally had to grab my right hand with her hand and put it on top of her own head. Like, that is, you know, the most demeaning thing for a guy at that time. You know, you're like shocked. You're very happy that this is happening in your life. But, you know, you're also a little surprised. You're like, I'm such a bitch, why didn't I do this? And you're just really shocked, you know. You're also very happy that this is happening in your life, but you're surprised, and you're like beating yourself up. You're like, oh, you're such a wuss, why didn't you do that before? Now she had to grab your hand. It's a very tough time in a man's life, you know. But it's because you're going off of what the last girl liked. You know, you had to try that new thing with the new one, and I don't want to do it anymore. I just like to know what I can and can't do. I don't want to, like, feel like I'm in an audition or a job interview every time I have sex. Sex is supposed to be happy and fun. I don't want to feel all awkward, like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? Should I? You know, that just takes away from it. I want to be relaxed. I want to just enjoy it, know where I'm going, you know? Who doesn't enjoy going to places they don't need to use a GPS? You know, it's just much more relaxing if you know what you're doing instead of just wondering what's going to happen next, you know?